Hi everyone, I just wanted to go over a few things regarding home visits. I know a lot of our volunteers help us a lot with home visits when we are looking for potential fosters and potential adopters. So I wanted to go through kind of the process of home visits and the checklist we use when we are doing home visits. So this is more specific to foster home checks, but it also can go towards adoption home checks as well. So when you're doing a home visit, you'll receive this instruction form, which is really nice to have on hand. And once you do a couple more home visits, you'll start to get more accustomed to them, and this will all come really natural to you. But prior to your home check, you'll want to reach out to the Gray Face team member just to see if they are looking for a specific dog, or if they're just looking to become a foster in hopes of finding a dog that really fits their needs in their household. So if it's for a specific dog, ask a few more questions to ensure that you know what kind of home is required for that animal. For example, do they have trouble with stairs? If you are doing a home visit and they have 3 flights of stairs and the dog that they're seeking isn't very well with stairs, that isn't an automatic no. It just means that that dog may not be the perfect match for them. Does he or she get along with other dogs, cats? Has the dog been around children? Does the dog need additional potty training? Does the dog need a fenced-in yard? What is the dog's temperament, and does the dog require a lot of exercise? These are all things you want to know going into the home visits. You can chit-chat with the potential foster or adopter about the dog that they're seeking. While performing the home check, ask questions such as, have you fostered before? If so, what age range and what was the experience like? Fostering a senior dog is very, very different than fostering a puppy, so we need to make sure that they are prepared for those responsibilities of a senior dog. Have you ever owned a dog prior to this, and what breed? If we're looking at a foster home and they've only had Chihuahuas their whole life and now they want to foster a pit bull, we might need to do some additional training when it comes to that, just if they are not familiar with the breed that they are seeking. What experience do you have for caring for senior dogs? Again, this can be really important in the process because at times our senior dogs require a lot more care, and they need to be prepared for those kinds of situations that we have. Do you have previous experience caring for dogs with special needs? Again, there will come times where we get dogs that we are told are very healthy, and when we bring them to the vet, things will come up. So we need to know if they are open to fostering a dog that may have special needs, and if not, we'll be sure to find them something else. We're always just trying to find the best match. There's a dog for every home, but if they're looking for something specific, it might not be the right fit. Are you able to drive the dog to the vet in St. Cloud or in the city's area if needed? This is not a deal breaker. We will always try to find a veterinary clinic close to a foster. So we just ask if they would come to one of our primary ones, and if they're not able to, then we can make it work. Do you feel comfortable giving your foster medication, clipping nails, cleaning ears? Again, this isn't a deal breaker, although we would like to, if they are farther away and aren't able to come to the office to get these things done, that they are a little bit more familiar with them. Do you have a separate room in your home that your foster dog can feel safe? This is really important, especially with the 2-week shutdown that we propose to our fosters to do when they first get their foster home. Having a safe, quiet place for them is really important. Will the dog spend any time in the garage? Our dogs are not allowed to stay in the garage. There is a lot of dangerous things that can be in a garage that our dogs can get into. So yes, but we want to make sure that we know this beforehand. If a situation arose in which your foster dog didn't go along with your resident animals, how would you handle it? This is really important because if this is the type of home that they would want the dog moved immediately, we need to be prepared for that. Look for hazards that the potential foster and or adopter might need to look at before the dog comes home. Electrical cords sticking out, poisonous plants, medications, cigarette butts, and small items that can be a choking hazard. We always need to look for those items, and they just may not be aware that these could be potentially dangerous for a foster or a dog that they're adopting. And so just making them aware makes a huge difference. Prior to leaving the home, please review the following items. Fosters can pick up supplies and food at our St. Cloud facility. In Minneapolis and surrounding areas, our pickup spot is in Crystal, or they can coordinate to pick up with the foster team. We ask that they give 7 to 10 days notice before needing food. We rely heavily on donations, and although we attempt to continue our foster on special food, we must use what we receive donations. So we're making sure that they are mixing food for the appropriate amount of time before they transition to a new food. If a foster dog is taking medication, our team needs to know 7 to 10 days prior to needing a refill. Leave your foster dog's leash on the dog at all times for the first week of its arrival. This helps a foster easily redirect a dog in case the situation escalates. This is also really helpful if they are having accidents or different situations like that. You can quickly grab their leash and redirect them outside, or you can. The best thing yet is keeping your foster hooked to like a belt loop for at least the first 24 hours so they start getting comfortable. We always recommend that. You always have to tell them your foster dog will have an accident in the home. It could be a single accident, it could be multiple accidents, but this transition is so different for them, and if they're so used to going to the back door to go to the bathroom all the time, and suddenly that back door is gone, they have to figure out how to tell you when they have to go to a bathroom in this new environment. So yes, they will have an accident. It might only be one, it might be multiple, but you have to continue the routine and retraining them of where they need to go to the bathroom. Next one, develop a routine. Keeping a consistent routine, the same time they go in their kennel, kind of that bedtime schedule, going to the bathroom, eating, different things like that, that will allow them to transition a lot easier. Although we know fosters would love to show up their foster dogs, we always try to have our fosters avoid any large events with their foster dogs, because you're really just setting yourself up for them to get stressed out and an accident may occur. So we really ask that you just keep them very quiet in the home for the first 2 weeks before going out and about. Our fosters are not allowed at dog parks. This isn't because we don't trust the fosters, but because the dog might meet another dog that isn't vaccinated or one that has behavioral issues. Public dog parks can be very, very dangerous, and we really don't want to put our seniors in those kind of situations. A foster dog will not be placed for adoption until they've been in the home for 2 weeks minimum. We also give our foster dogs they have to stay in the foster home until they're also medically cleared, which means we have all of our diagnoses, they've been using their medication and we know that's working well, and if they have any behavioral things that we need to work through before adoption as well. The first couple of days with your foster may be rough. Actually, you should say they will most likely be rough. It's a whole new world for these dogs, and there's going to be behavioral issues, there's going to be accidents, they might simply just seem sad, and that's because they are. This is a huge adjustment for them. They are so scared, and we just ask that you be patient. Be very, very patient. Give them time to settle, and let them realize that you're a safe person and that you're going to really work with them and find their forever family. We encourage our fosters to bring their foster dogs to events if they're comfortable. Otherwise, please share on your social media, share on your on Snapchat, Instagram, anything like that. The more you share your dog on your social media pages, the wider range it will be and the quicker they'll be adopted. Our fosters are required to trim their fosters' nails, bathe them, and clean their ears. We have team members who can demonstrate those things. We also have wellness days that we offer. If you are really, really uncomfortable with it, you can always talk to our vetting manager or a foster manager, and they can assist you with those things. Fosters are the voice for their dog, so just because your dog is a senior doesn't mean they will quote-unquote die soon and can't do things younger dogs can. They sure can, and we want to spread the word that these seniors are simply amazing. So with your help, fosters and adopters, we can really spread our mission that these senior dogs truly do deserve a second chance in finding a forever home. And we can only save senior dogs if we have foster homes available, so our fosters are very, very important to our organization. thank you so much. And, oh, actually, sorry, I'm about to hang up on the screen. I want to go over the checklist. So this checklist you will be asked to complete and return to the adoption manager, foster manager. And it's just a quick, simple form, pretty self-explanatory. Dog in mind, and so the dog that they're looking for, foster, adopt, information, and this will be provided to you, by the manager that is completing this. And then you're just going to go through and fill out this information here. A lot of the times they're required to fill out this information on their application, but we ask that when you go in the house, you verify this information. There are times where they'll say there's 1 adult and 1 child in the home, and when you show up, there's 5 adults and 10 children in the home, or they say I don't have any cats, and you get there and there's 12 cats. So we always ask that when you go into the home, these are things that you look for. A fence, what type and how high is your backyard fenced in? Front yard fences are not a make or break, but they're always safe to have. Safety in the home, where will the animal be during the day? Is there a doggy door? Where will the animal sleep? Do they live on a busy street? This application is very self-explanatory, and we ask that you fill it out with as many details as you can, because obviously you are going to be the eyes of where this animal is going to be living. So we really need your positive feedback and your information from this. And you can see here at the end, conclusion, I recommend this family for fostering and adopting a dog. I do not approve. I would approve this home for a dog with the following modifications. So, I would approve if their fence was fixed in a few places that were a little weaker. So those are the suggestions to put there. And then after you fill this out, you can fill it out online, or you can print it off and fill it out and scan it back to us. But after that, you will send it over to the adoption manager or foster manager. They may have additional questions for you, but otherwise, this information is so crucial to the next steps of that dog going into foster care or being adopted. So this is a really important step. We really appreciate those that do home visits for us. And I hope you found this video helpful. Just a quick video to go over home visits. Otherwise, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot one of us an email and we'll be able to help you. Thank you.